Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi guys, welcome to episode 536 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. I think I'm on take 5 right now, so I feel like this is the one. This is the one that's gonna make it. Anyway, I am always so happy that you guys are here. Thank you for showing up. I mean, really, you're showing up for yourself because you know that getting just a little bit of inspiration, even twice a week for 10 minutes, like the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast does for you, it reminds us that life is truly what we make of it. And it helps us in ways we may not even realize throughout the week. But if you think about it, help is everywhere if you look for it. And I know we can be stubborn and think, I've got this, I do not need help. But there's no shame in needing help. People love to help. It's one of their favorite things to do. I mean, think about times when you've helped someone. Isn't that just the best feeling? So never forget that. People truly love to help and be helpful. That's why there's no shortage of help in a million different forms in the world. I was reading In the Laws of Life by John Mark Templeton. I know I've been reading that book for a long time if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, but it really is that good. So anyway, on one of the pages, he says, the fruits of the Spirit are available for every person all the time and in every circumstance or situation. I mean, God has packed these good possibilities away in the divine idea for every person, just as God has hidden within every watermelon seed the possibility of a delicious, full-grown melon. The good fruits of Spirit have been given to every one of us, but it's our job to cultivate them and bring them into abundant harvests in our lives. I mean, we each have this amazing potential, but are we giving it a chance to bloom? Imagine how many watermelon seeds have just been thrown away or dropped on hot concrete, left forever in the middle of summer. No nurturing, no soil, no water to help it grow, so it just never does. But when that bird picks it up and drops it in the soil, or when the wind blows it over into the soil and then the rain waters it and the sun encourages it, that's how it's allowed to grow. With help, it grows. And we are no different. I mean, do you feel like you have potential that is not being nurtured? Are you trying to go it alone, but maybe missing out on potential at the same time? Once that watermelon seed gets a little help, it now has the job to go through the struggle to grow. That's its work. And we have that same work too. I mean, sometimes we need help. Going it alone may seem safe or even empowering, but it can also stifle our potential. When I had a hormone imbalance several years ago, I had no idea what was going on. I just knew it was terrible and I was struggling and I knew it wasn't good, but I didn't suffer alone. I'm not that person. I don't really like to do that. So I reached out to my friends and I told them how I was feeling, several of them. And one of my dearest friends suggested getting my hormones checked. I hadn't really heard of that, but that was reiterated again not too long after she said that, when a client just so happened to be the owner and the founder of a local hormone health clinic. And she also suggested out of the blue, hey, why don't you come get your hormones checked just for the fun of it? I'm sure it's all fine. So I thought, this is really interesting. This is the second time I've heard this. So I went, and honestly, it totally saved my life. I needed help. I just didn't know what kind of help and from where it was going to come. I mean, sometimes we think it's valiant to suffer quietly, but with all the tools that we have in this life, in my opinion, it's ridiculous to suffer quietly. We're meant to enjoy life. We're meant to be happy. Suffering in silence when maybe it could be fixed with one conversation to the right person seems silly to me. And it does really give new meaning to, if there's a will, there's a way. Because if you have a desire in your heart to change your situation, whatever that situation is, and you know there's something meant for you that's better, following that desire will often involve help. And that help could come in many different forms, not just from another person. I mean, when you have a desire and your gut is telling you to do this thing that's going to make you reach that desire, you've got to do that thing. So make the call, send the email, go for coffee with that friend, or download the app. Seriously, there are so many tools that we have anymore that are the answer to some of your biggest questions. And that answer could be right in your phone. I recently introduced my big sister to the Grok app. I do not have any stake in this at all, but it's amazing. It's Grok. It's the Grok app. And it is so much better than Google, in my opinion, because it searches the whole world's internet and basically gives you the information laid out in conversation. So my sister told me the other day that Grok is her new best friend. Like literally, she's having conversations with the lady on this app. So she was having a problem with her kiln. She does pottery and she uses a kiln to bake her pottery, and it wasn't working. So she got on Grok and started having this back and forth with the lady on Grok. I can't remember her name, but anyway, because I actually use Rex, who is the guy. I changed mine to a guy's voice. But she had a conversation where they went back and forth and they figured out exactly what was wrong with her kiln, and it helped her tremendously. And she also said she used it to figure out what was going on with her crepe myrtle tree that was having a little bit of issues. So I used the Grok app to form a nutrition plan, and it broke down all the macronutrients and calories for me. It's just like having a very knowledgeable person at my fingertips at all times. New technology is getting better every day, and it is there to help. But maybe it's not technology that you need. Maybe you're looking to get a new job, a better job for yourself. Reaching out to friends to let them know you're looking will give you a big advantage because now you have a team on your side. Or maybe you want a promotion, but you haven't told anyone at your office that you're interested. Putting the word out helps. Maybe you want to get fit, but you haven't been to the gym in what seems like forever. And that may be because you were trying to go it alone. Maybe when you went, you were just like, I don't know anybody here. It feels very lonely. That can be really hard. But have you ever thought about joining a group class? From experience, I can say it's one of the best things I ever did for continuity, because now you have accountability partners. And you got to give it a minute now. Camaraderie has to build. It's not going to happen in 2 classes. But once people see you're serious, you become part of the team. I know it because I've done it many times. Accountability helps. My mom was having migraines, and she kind of mentioned it, or we were talking about it, my husband and I, with her, and we had both read about magnesium deficiency being a big cause of migraines. So we suggested that maybe she try to take magnesium. And you know what? She's been taking it loyally for years now because it helped. She didn't suffer in silence. She reached out, and it helped because she actually took the step to take the magnesium. It only helps if you actually do the thing. So knowing something useful without putting it into action is a sure way to limit your potential. The action is what helps. And the only one that can do that is you. See, there's help for just about any struggle we have these days. I'm sure you're getting my point. You aren't meant to suffer in silence. It isn't valiant. It's actually counterproductive. I mean, there could be an easy answer right through an app on your phone, or that friend that you've been meaning to get coffee with. When you have a desire to feel better, to be better, to have anything, some version of that desire is meant for you. Where there's a will, there's a way. But just like a watermelon seed that falls on concrete, it's going to need a little help to get out of that environment in order to grow. And sometimes, so do we. You're meant to have the things you desire. I mean, they'll come in the form that's meant for you, but we aren't created to go it alone. Most of the time, we need help in one way or another. And all of the time, our inner guidance is nudging us towards that help. Whether we listen or not will decide what kind of fruit we bear with the vast amount of potential that each one of us has inside of us. It is so vast. My challenge to you today is when your gut says send the email, meet the friend, download the app, it could be the universe nudging you towards the answer. Don't disregard it. The universe is working and nudging you towards the life you know deep down you're meant for. But you've got to follow the nudge and then do the work. Your true potential is limitless, and so is the help you need to get there. Share this with 3 people who deserve to reach new heights. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.